Idaho. Benitez. The grupo firme the jam he's coming into. Gracias. And he's got a lot of people. Saludos a la gente, los aficionados del Aidahoe Benitez.
He's coming off 2 losses. We saw him here in February against Japheth Lee Yamito.
Yep, tough kid.
Yeah, he acquitted himself well against a very talented stick and move specialist. 6-round loss there. And then in December of 2021, he lost to Nick Sullivan. And both those guys were undefeated, so he hasn't lost to chumps.
And I was on the Munguia card in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Oh no, Zurdo card in San Antonio.
Zurdo.
Yeah,
When Zurdo fought the other Cuban.
Yeah.
It was a slugfest. Unieski. There you go.
And now please welcome his opponent from Rialto, California. Here is Ruben El Gallito Islas.
He's got a crowd. Ruben Islas fighting on the top of the show for the first time. He's been on Tom Loeffler's 360 shows
3 times.
He's been on Marv Nation shows. And here he is on the top of the show, trying to find his way around.
Yeah, I heard about him before he turned pro and just after his pro debut, which was in Mexico. He was young, and you know, I'm familiar with Ben Lira. I have a lot of respect for the veteran Yoda of Southern California boxing. And when Lira is excited about a young talent, I pay attention. And Lira is high on Islas.
Sonny Franco, let's hear it.
Right, fans, we continue on to the next bout of the evening, scheduled for 6 rounds of action in the lightweight division, and being sponsored by Prenovos, Normandin, Berg and Taw, Western Manufacturing, Belgard, and Thompson Building Materials. Your 3 judges ringside, should the bout go the distance, are Eddie Hernandez Jr., Fernando Villarreal, and Rudy Barragan. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Jerry Cantu. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stepped to the ringside wearing the black trunks with silver. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 133.3 already pounds. As a professional, he has 2 victories against 3 defeats. One of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, please welcome Eric Idaho Garcia Benitez. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He stepped in the ring tonight wearing the white trunks trimmed with gold. When he stepped onto the scale, he went officially at 134.5 already pounds. Tonight, he enters the ring undefeated. 6 wins with 0 losses. 5 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Rialto, California, here is Ruben El Gallito Islas. Once again, your referee in charge, Jerry Cantu, to the final instructions.
Gentlemen, you have received your instructions in the dressing room. Caballeros, estás recibiendo sus instrucciones en el camerino. Look about you.
In action, Islas, the 20-year-old, has 5 inches in height at 5'10". He also has a decided reach advantage.
We get ready to go. Our 3rd bout of the night, Ruben Islas, El Gallito, undefeated, taking on Eric Benitez, whose game, Benitez has not had anything easy. Benitez in black. The much taller fighter is Ruben Islas. He's 5'10", and he comes out right away with the intention to knock you out. He has a big following. He's from Rialto, which is not too far from here in Ontario, and he's a fighter who is action. Benitez is not intimidated, and they're just trading immediately in the opening round.
Yeah, this is good for the shorter Benitez. Fast start, get inside, make it really rough. He's the older man. He's not old. He's 28 years old. So he might have the edge in man strength. So if he can wrestle this kid, get this kid kind of flustered a little bit, there might be openings for the older fighter, the more mature fighter to exploit. And he's landed some right hands.
Yep.
Islas is taking some shots here.
Make it rough and ugly as soon as you can is Benitez's game plan.
Yes,
That right hand.
Yeah, Islas has the same height and reach advantages that Japheth Lee had over Benitez, but Benitez doesn't have to go looking for Islas because he's a come-forward fighter. He's very aggressive. Maybe a little too much. That's one thing I noted in his appearances on the 360 cards is that he got a little bit wild at times.
Okay. He's coming off a knockout on a Marv Nation show, Ruben Islas. A big crowd here. Anytime he does anything, you're going to hear it. Oh, right hand from Benitez. No, he's not intimidated.
Not at
Benitez,
all.
with that record of 2-2, has been against quality prospects.
Yes.
That Golden Boy has had, or whoever might
Oh
have.
yeah, like Yamito was a standout
Yep.
talent. He was a superb amateur. So no shame in losing to a guy like that. With Islas, he has a younger, raw talent in front of him, and that was a beautiful overhand right.
And there's
that
a left.
Yamito. Yeah, he's dangerous from both sides.
And for the young fighter, Ruben Islas El Gallito, it's about control. He's never really seen anybody that's going to try to rough it up with him. He's always been, the fights I've seen, he's probably the most he's been hit.
Absolutely, he needs to establish some distance here because he's dangerous from middle distance.
Absolutely. He's got power in those hands. Benitez landed the shot, but Benitez doesn't have the power behind him.
Islas is going to have to start anticipating these haymakers and getting under them and being ready for a counter punch. He should even try to time and just beat Garcia Benitez to the punch.
Good opening round for Eric Garcia Benitez from Guadalajara. Alejandro Gutierrez. Sí, el Canelito sigue después de esta pelea. Thompson Boxing, the app, gives you all the information was coming up. The next fight's going to be Ram Robert Mesa against Isaac Avalar. They're coming up the main event. Richard Brewer against Joe Sean James. All right, so Shakur going into the 11th round.
Yeah, but he's been dominant, at least according to my Twitter timeline.
Shout out to everybody on Thompson's Facebook and on the YouTube. We're watching both of the comments, interacting with you. So his nickname is Idaho. It's a family name that his parents gave to him. That's why, no, he's not from the state of Idaho. It was a name that his mom gave to him as a kid, and it's spelled A-I-D-A-H-O-E, Idaho. And everybody calls him Idaho.
Idaho won the opening round. And I think Islas was buzzed a couple times.
This is where having a sage, Ben Lira, the Yoda, as your trainer in South El Monte gym. Ben's seen it all. This is nothing new.
Yeah, Islas trying to get on his jab, trying to feint Benitez out of position.
And also has Abel Sanchez on the assistant. Abel's the number 2 today. Robert Serrano, appreciate you as always checking in.
You know what? Benitez doesn't care who's in Islas's corner.
Nope.
He's coming out, swinging. He's bombing, and these type of power punches are very risky, but the way Benitez gets off with them, he's smart with it. He's timing them right, and he understands the distance.
A 6-round fight.
But I'll tell you what, Benitez is vulnerable for counter punches.
Absolutely.
Especially when he misses with those big windups.
He's throwing a lot. He's wild with it, but he hasn't really landed many shots this round. Benitez in black.
Yeah, Islas just needs to calm himself down, stick to his jab, and wait for these openings. When Benitez swings and misses like that, he should be ready with like a counter right hand, right straight down the middle.
Mo Boxing, Mo Problems checking in on YouTube. Yeah, the technique is not going to be there. If you want any kind of technique, it needs to come from El Gallito, just some man that, or young man. That right there, that counter is available for El Gallito.
Yeah, it's there for him. Islas just needs to pull the trigger at the right time, and he can even this fight up. Nice shootout, though. The crowd is loving this. And Beto, this is what I expected with this fight because Islas, he likes to go to war.
Every time. Every single time. Doug, I remember watching your videos back in the day interviewing Edwin Valero.
Oh, yeah.
At Maywood.
Yeah, almost 20 years ago.
That's coming from Bruce Lee.
Thank you for the shout out, Bruce Lee.
Oh, from Benitez.
Wow. He's dangerous on the inside, too.
If he had any kind of power, it would be a different fight.
Yes. Oh, my goodness.
Sports and Tunes, what's happening? Checking in on YouTube. Sports and Tunes worldwide. Watching on YouTube, watch on Facebook. Make sure you share or subscribe, all that good stuff. Free boxing here on a Friday night. We know that you have options. We know there's fights on ESPN. Are there any fights tomorrow, though?
Yes, from England.
Oh, from
Very
England,
old
yeah.
England, yeah.
Oh, that's right. The
I'm
big
looking
boys.
forward to the heavyweights.
Yeah, the heavyweights.
That's a good one. Those are top contenders. I like that.
All right, so we head to the third round. You hear a lot of noise for Ruben Islas, El Gallito. And you see on the side of his head, on the temple, he has, from the chest piece, the king.
Yeah.
It's an homage
That's what that is,
to his
huh?
brother Junior, who plays chess.
Oh, cool.
And he was always with them. He said, that's my guy. His brother not here, but he said he's watching. So Junior, brother's inspiration, but he's in a tough one here.
Yeah, you know, Islas isn't playing chess, and neither is Benitez.
Now there's it's Benitez is just come at you, don't stop, give
Yeah.
the attack, and try to steal.
Yeah, Benitez is playing rock'em sock'em robots, and he's succeeding. I've scored the first 2 rounds for the journeyman.
I've done 3 Benitez fights, and let me just tell you, he hasn't landed any big, powerful knockdown shots in those 3 fights. He'll land them, but there's not much power behind it. It's not a knock on him, it's just who he is.
Yeah.
So the way that this is going, I expect him to go 6.
Well, he's looking good through 2.5 rounds.
Sacramento
Islas-
checking in. Your main event, Joseph.
Islas needs to get some respect.
Showtime. James coming up in the main event later on. One more fight, then the main event with James, the boy from Sacramento. Mario Martinez checking in for Showtime. Jorge Delgado, they're playing checkers. All right, Jorge, finally you come up with a good comment. All right, Jorge, there you go.
The way Islas fights with his style and his mentality, he really doesn't, even though he's the taller man by 5 inches, his height is not an advantage. It's like a disadvantage against Benitez.
I know this is something that Ben Leary is going to say. Jab. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he needs to get better at that stick. Needs to work on head and upper body movement as well.
Islas, crowd making noise for him. Even the crowd is yelling for Islas to throw a jab. The active fighter, the fighter is Eric Idaho Benitez. Green man, you would think it's a mismatch the way it looks, but we got a good scrap 2-3.
Yeah. It was a better round for Islas, but I don't think he won it.
David Magosa checking in. Aaliyah, ring girl this round. Showtime brings the crowd. All right, all Showtime crowd, make sure you guys share and let them know the fight's coming up soon. And coming up next, October 21st, Doubletree is going to have El Yuyu Acosta. Miguel Madueno's actually watching right now. Saludos, Miguel, in Puerto Rico in Pro Box. And Eros Correa, about a victory over Sal Sanchez, is going to headline in Sacramento. So Thompson Boxing is going to Sacramento. So all you Showtime fans, make sure you get your tickets. And there you see the legendary Ben Lira in that corner. The citing paper has Benitez up 3-0. It says Thompson doesn't rob B-sides, unlike most promotions.
I've got the same scorecard, 30-27. Third round was competitive, but Islas just ate too many clean power shots.
You're right, Jay Santos. Errol's a bad dude.
Yeah, he's savvy. He's a good ring general.
Yeah, he worked himself to be in a main event in Sacramento.
He did.
All right, so the undefeated fighters in white, 6-0, 5 KOs, El Gallito. He's got the power. He's got the slick. What can he do to control this fight against a rugged Eric Benitez, Idaho?
Looks like Islas is doing his best to crowd Benitez and pressure him. And it looks like getting Benitez up against the ropes is working for him. He's landing more power shots. Benitez, he continues to fire back.
And of those 3 fights that I've seen of Idaho in the black, it's really hard to land anything flush on him.
He makes his short stature work for him, that 5'5" frame. He gets low. Gets low, and he's really good at throwing overhand rights.
And he's not intimidated. He started, oh! Idaho trying to load some shots.
Yeah, what a fighter. He's really got a lot of spirit. I'm really impressed. And you know, it's true, his corner, they bring the spoilers.
Yep. Molina with this corner.
Yeah, shout out to Molina. Because, if nothing else, his fighters come to fight. They're well conditioned.
Is there any technique behind Benitez? No. Is there any thought? No. It's just, let me make it ugly and let me attack you.
There's experience and there's willpower.
And this is a fighter in Benitez. If you let him hang around,
yeah,
you can get yourself in trouble.
Islas did that because he's in deep now. He's at a point where he needs to make something happen.
Islas is a fighter that been really high on him. He has been sparring a lot of different guys in Southern California. Hey, Green Man, you're right. He's just throwing haymakers, and we love it. It's a Friday night, man.
Yeah.
Friday night development series. A dude from Mexico was 2-3. You think he cares? Hell no. He's gonna throw some haymakers. Let's just get after it. And this is what happens. You're 6-0. You got to find out what you got.
Yeah.
We appreciate all the comments coming through. Y si alguien sabe por qué le dicen Idaho, escríbelo. Paul, what is that? Again, that noise. All right, here's a name. Lucy said he finds like Emmanuel Lucero, ducks and throws, but it's working.
Yeah. Lucero would get really, really low. Like illegally low. You know what I mean? It was kind of ridiculous.
A little pep in the step of Islas to start the 5th round. And Benitez doesn't care. That's right there with him. He's not intimidated. Now, if you see Benitez outside of the ring, the dude, who's also a businessman, he has his own businesses in Guadalajara, he shows up in a suit to the fights. At the weigh-ins, it takes longer to take the pictures because he doesn't show up in a tracksuit. He shows up in a full-on suit.
I like that.
Doug, he was in the back wearing a tweed coat.
Oh,
he looks like an accountant. I'm like, so why are you fighting? He's like, oh, just because I love it. And
tell.
he said he didn't want to fight in Mexico because his dream was always to fight in the United States. So he waited until he got his work visa to fight in the United States, and he made it on a suitable card, his professional debut.
Yeah, he's living the dream. Oh, nice left hook. But you look at his body, and you can tell he's well conditioned. And he's showing some nice, a little bit of defense here. Switch hitting a little bit, getting low, moving his head.
This is the most I've seen Islas be frustrated in a fight.
Yeah.
He's always controlled everything. He's always been first. He hasn't been
Yes.
first tonight.
No. Benitez took that away from him. I thought it was really smart for Benitez. For Benitez to come out hard, just like Barajas did. Come out, storm the first round, especially if you're fighting in 4- and 6-round bouts.
Behind the ropes, checking in. What's happening?
Islas, he looks lost in there, Beto.
And he's also breathing heavy with 55 seconds to go in the 5th round.
He's starting to sleepwalk. Looking a little sleepy.
You know, I'm going to say this tonight. Usually the YouTube comments are a cesspool.
Really? Yeah.
And usually Facebook is awesome.
Okay.
And Facebook has been awesome tonight. But tonight, the comments on YouTube, excellent perspective, excellent analysis from the YouTube comments tonight. Loving it on the Thompson Boxing Facebook and YouTube page.
And look at 28-year-old Benitez. Eric Garcia Benitez.
No respect from the opening bell, and you're seeing it.
Hey.
And you're not supposed to when you're the opponent.
Yeah, he's not from Idaho, but, I mean, if you're a boxing fan in Idaho right now,
Yeah.
you're proud of him. He's representing.
Good scrap. One more round to go in our 3rd bout of the night. Coming up next, though, the co-feature, the Ram, Roberto Mesa, taking on El Canelito Isaac Avelar. Or let me say it right, Isaac Avelar. He's got the red hair. He's got the red beard. He's from Aguascalientes. That's coming up next, thanks to Hustler Casino in Los Angeles.
And we're seeing the older fighter, the more mature fighter, really get the better of the younger man on the inside. Even when he's not throwing punches, he's wrestling him and wearing the young man down, but then he measures him for those beautiful, well-timed overhand rights, which continue to land right on the button. Boom! There it is.
Dusty with a good perspective. If the taller fighter would step back, give himself room,
Yeah.
he has the shot.
Exactly.
Joey, Idaho is smothering Ruben. You can tell he doesn't want that. Perfect. Somebody just yelled, wearing an Islas shirt, you have to knock him out. So even his fans know.
They know. They know.
Zurde González. Pero ¿por qué le ponieron ese nombre? Jorge Delgado. Beto, tell him to throw uppercuts. Hey, throw uppercuts.
Oh my.
Benitez
goodness.
doesn't care. Benitez throwing his left and right. Last round.
Look how he bends at the waist and gets low, kind of changes his foot placement, and Islas doesn't know where the haymaker is coming from. Keeps getting caught clean with it, whether it's from the left or the right side.
Another thing that Benitez in black has done all night, Doug, is when he throws a punch, he throws combinations. It's not just one at a time.
No jabs, though. He doesn't need it.
I don't think he has one. Solid right hand. Another solid.
Tell you what, man, if Benitez could punch a little bit, Islas might be out of here.
Also, Doug, Benitez should be fighting at 130.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could make 130 easy.
Yeah, he agreed. He weighed 133. He's actually a pound lighter than Islas. This is a good one from Lucy. He fights like he's picking up something from the floor.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah, roll of quarters.
That's a
Nice.
good flush shot from Islas.
Yeah, that was a left uppercut on the inside.
Sixth and final round for the young fighters. Ruben Islas, 6-0. He's got 5 KOs though. What can he do with less than a minute to go in the fight against an opponent who didn't respect him at all?
Islas looks listless.
Yeah.
He looks either tired or demoralized. Or he's just buzzed. You know, we're saying Benitez isn't a big puncher, but you eat that many flush haymakers and overhand rights, you're gonna have some cobwebs, right?
It's this is why you can never underestimate your opponent.
Never. Don't look at the record, man. You know?
And a fighter like Islas and a fighter like Benitez, they go the distance. Good scrap. Our third bout of the night. Thompson Boxing in Ontario. They go 6 rounds. We'll go to the cards. We'll be back with the decision. Thompson Boxing on a Friday night.
Experience the world's largest.
Unanimous decision from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Eric Aidahoe Garcia Benitez.
Congratulations to Eric Benitez. Idaho, felicidades. Shutout, Doug.
Yeah, fair scorecards. I can see maybe
One.